Hi, I'm Keegan, and this is A Bunch of Gamers. This is our 81st episode of Werewolf the Apocalypse 20th Anniversary Edition. Leech War, Army of My Brother. I'm going to go around and have my players introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Sam. I play Cora. She's an Aruna in the Geta Fenris.
I'm Tyler, and I play Kyle, also known as Guards the Low. He's a Philodox of the Children of Gaia.
Hi, I'm Adam. I play Mark Guides the Fallen, and he's a Thurge of the Children of Gaia.
Hi, I'm George. I'm playing Roy Mindscape. He is a Ragabosh with the Stargazers.
Hi, I'm Sean. I play Zeb Speaks-in-Sweet-Whispers. He is a Thurge of the Silent Striders.
Hello, my name's Thomas. I play Dimitri Howls-In-Memory, Lupus Galliard of the Bone Gnawers.
Last time, the Pax did various tasks around the Sept while waiting for an upcoming moot. Once the festivities began, the Pax heard disturbing rumors about the return of Carson Faces the Storm, who was seen heading west in the Umbra. Trying to gather information, Roy Mindscape let it slip to a Silent Strider that Carson was a ghost, and he could possess any in his bloodline. Running off to inform the nation, the group chased down the Strider in an attempt to silence him, failing to inform the Strider that the ghost had been seen possessing other Garu. In the end, Mark Guides the Fallen let the Strider, Endless Journey, go off and inform the rest of the nation that Howling King would welcome the challenge to his authority as Elder. The Pax informed Fate Dancer of what had transpired, and she had ruled that the Pax could not leave Sept grounds until further judgment was reached. After the rebel, Kyle, you notice Louis Earthwalker approaching you.
Guards the Low. Good evening.
Hey, evening, Earthwalker. How are you?
I've been better, but the mood was good.
Good. I'm glad there was at least some good to be had. But what's up?
Well, Guards the Low, you and your pack have to stay on Sept grounds tonight. The elders said so. Fomori's Bane and Infernal Alphas are not allowed to leave tonight, and maybe tomorrow night as well.
Oh, is the Sept in danger?
The Sept's always in danger, but we're more worried about you. Your pack has apparently gotten mixed up in something, and we're looking into it.
Oh. Okay. I mean, I'm sure that's fine. Does everyone else already know?
I believe so. You
Okay.
might want to find them.
Yeah, I will. Do you have any idea what happened?
They, how to put this bluntly, they tried to detain a Silent Strider from fulfilling his duty.
What? Okay. I'm sure they have a good explanation. Well, thank you. I suppose I can talk with them. Find
I don't
out
know
more.
any more than that.
All right. Well, thank you. I suppose you can come along with me if you'd like. I imagine it'll be everyone's business.
Eventually. Come on. Let's check the Western Bond first.
Yeah.
Cora, Dimitri, Mark, Roy, you are being guarded by Bloodwind and his pack, as well as Ragna Quickwire, and a few others. They don't know why you're being guarded, but they guard you all the same, as you notice Kyle and Louis Earthwalker approaching.
Cora is glaring daggers at Roy.
Hey, everyone.
Kyle, it's good to see you.
Good to see you too. What happened?
Mark will also begin sending daggers towards Mindscape.
Roy will step up and say that I believe what's going on is mostly my mistake.
And the mistake was stopping a Silent Strider?
From spreading misinformation, but that's probably not the issue at hand.
What
From-
misinformation? And then what is the issue at hand if it isn't the only thing I've been told about?
The issue at hand for us is that the Silent Strider was going to spread word of the possessions that have been taking place in the Elder Council.
What? How? What?
Yes, Mindscape. How?
Just gonna hang my head.
What did you tell them?
Cora's gonna put her hand on the back of his neck and force him to look at Kyle. Tell him what the fuck you did.
Well, I did tell you that I was most likely the biggest cause here. I may have let it slip.
So they know.
Now word spreads throughout the nation of the weakness of the Karen and Sept.
I mean, yeah. Does secrecy mean nothing to you? But no, I'm sure it will be fine, at least eventually.
If it makes you feel any better, I was trying to find out why Carson's name was coming back up and traveling further northwest. Seems that we didn't quite take care of him like we thought.
That was always a risk. I mean, what did you say exactly? And why spread this specific information? What does anyone gain from us having leaked this?
You didn't try to talk to the truth catcher about this, Mindscape?
No. The thought did not come up.
I think the rest of this conversation needs to be saved.
Bloodwind, you got these ones covered?
I do.
Good. I'm going to check in with my pack.
Very well, Earthwalker.
Alright, so Kyle is going to contact Roy through the mystical thought transferring.
Okay, roll Gnosis, please. It's
Fetish.
it's diff 3 since you're right in front of his face.
That makes sense.
All right, you succeed.
Yeah, there's something I don't understand. You said misinformation. What misinformation would they be spreading?
While we were in the midst of things, I believe we did not fully mention everything. Just that during everything and in the midst of the tension, it was only stated that Faces the Storm can only possess through the bloodline.
You what? Do you not see the fucking difference? One is a truth, the other is a lie. One that puts someone specific in danger, and the rest of the Sept's judgment.
Roll rage, please.
You got it.
It'd be diff 6 because it's the half moon. If you don't have full rage, you have it now.
No, I have 5 out of 4. Don't worry. Don't
Okay.
worry.
Not very. You did not frenzy.
No, I did not. And everyone was there for this?
Yes.
Everyone was party to this fuck up?
Was that out loud or through your mental thing? Just out of.
Oh, I'm sorry. All of this, as soon as that part got said, all of this stuff was out loud.
Okay, so you're all hearing him yelling.
Yes.
Well, thankfully, you only managed to spill the parts of the secret that were most damaging and add lies to make it more damaging. That is fantastic.
What do you mean, us?
You
He's
were
the one.
all
He's the
there.
one that called us for help.
You
He was the
let
one
him-
that was spilling the beans out in the forest.
Anyone-
He's the one that
This. Anyone with the sense. Anyone who had taken a moment to think about what had been said, to correct it. We have worked too long and too hard for mistakes like this to be made. Because if it had been someone of another pack, I would have assumed malice. This Sept was, briefly, for a month, stable. Pray to Gaia we can find that again.
And so, the day passes and the morning comes. There is a howl at the heart of the cairn, and you are guided by your guards to the center where the 3 elders are, 2 who prepare to leave, for they have already made their commitments before this information was let out. Final Days looks like the rage is about him for one of the first times in all the years you've known him, as the heat seems to radiate off of his body. Howling King looks shocked and hurt, for he did not even know of the possessions that was kept from him, and seems to be questioning his own purpose in the cairn. Fate Dancer steps forward as the whole Sept rumbles and questions as they all wonder what happens before Howling King gives out a yell. Quiet! We have rendered judgment for gross negligence, for spreading misinformation, and for the violation of the litany, where one shall take no actions to violate a Karen. These Garu before us have been found guilty by this council. The nature of punishment will be left to Fate Dancer, for we must away to hold our word and our bond to spirit and nation. Fate Dancer will speak of their crimes before all of you, so you may hear it. Face them. Face the ones who would scourge your home, who would bring disaster, and who would bring war on two fronts, one from the scab and one from within, as the moon bridge opens behind them. But for now, we must step away, for we have lingered as long as possible, and the morning was shorter than expected as we found ourselves in council. Fate Dancer, we leave this to you, honored elder of the Sept of the Sacred Stone, as she takes a deep breath, and I accept this burden, Howling King. Final days. May Gaia watch over your journeys, and may you return to this Karen soon. As they leave, Fate Dancer goes, I will put the rumors to rest, here and now, for we must be an army held together by truth now. It seems that the ghost of Agaru did in fact come into existence, and it did seem to play with our elder Howling King's mind. There is no doubts about that. None. But they apparently told this Strider, this endless journey, that the Spectre could only possess one of his bloodline, and thus Howling King had a fatal weakness. As you hear murmurs rustle throughout the Karen as many Garu start to talk amongst themselves, wondering now about Howling King's fitness, as she gives out a shout and you actually see her yell with such ferocity that the veil between spirit and physical here in this place rends slightly, and you actually see the silhouette of great golden eagle form behind her. Quiet! I am not finished. Kyle guards the low, and his pack had also informed Final Days that the spirit had started to take the mind of Eric Ironshadow. Yes, a Shadow Lord, unrelated to Howling King. This is a grave error, and they have violated our most sacred law. The only thing that they could have done worse was to rend the veil and let humanity see our weakness and our division. But perhaps some of the burden rests with us. Perhaps we have not taught them our history well enough. Perhaps the lessons of the Second War of Rage, the War of the Wild West, the War of Tears, the many conflicts of Garu and Garu were not relayed in such a way that they understood the danger of showing weakness to our own kind, for the wolf will take what it will take if it senses any weakness. And so we render our judgment. I now have the rites that must be performed. Cora Two-Hearts, Dimitri Howls-In-Memory, Mark guides the fallen, Roy Mindscape. You shall all suffer the rite, the stone of scorn, and the rite of ostracism for 1 lunar month, and until the moon becomes half once again, you are not allowed to gain aid from this Sept. We will not answer any howls unless most dire, such as a spiral incursion, or if it puts the lives of kin or other Garu at risk. but we will not come and defend non-wolves for 1 month. In addition, you may not use this cairn for shelter. You may not use it for food. You must hunt and scavenge elsewhere. You are non-wolves. Feast from the trash like dogs, or eat in the scab as humans would, and pretend that you can even fit in, for you do not fit in here. Roy Mindscape, you shall also suffer the right of the jackdaw, and you shall speak truths about yourself, so all shall know who you are. And now, the test of loyalty. Kyle guards the low. Step forward.
Kyle will raise his head up high and take a step forward.
What do you put before yourself? Sept or pack? Nation or pack?
Sept and nation before pack. Always.
Then it is time to prove it. I know that you have learned many rights in your travels. Will you aid us, or even guide these punishment rites?
I know all 3 rights, and am willing to lead them all.
Know this, ostracized wolves. For Maury's bane, the only one among us who will accept you as wolves still will be Kyle guards the low. Infernal Alphas. If Speaks-in-Sweet-Whispers is to return before the lunar month is over, he may acknowledge you as wolves. No others. Do you have anything to say before Sept and brethren?
So Cora will speak up. We have erred in our judgment. I accept the punishment of this council, and will rise again, my honor intact, wiser and strong as the great winter wolf. Grant me your scorn, for it shall be another enemy for me to vanquish.
If none other will speak, we will begin with the jackdaw. Roy Mindscape, step forward.
He steps forward.
As several Garu join Kyle for the rite to help, there are 9 Garu joining you for this rite, meaning that the difficulty will actually decrease by 2. Kyle, you begin to draw the glyphs of open mouths on pieces of wood as you hand them around, as they march around and dance rhythmically around you, Roy. As you see small silver threads come alive, as you see little mouths on them opening and laughing and chatting away, seeing through the silver to the snow behind them, as they connect over you and rush down into your throat and spread out. You feel all eyes upon you, and you feel the need to speak.
I wet my bed until I was 10.
As you hear chuckles from all around. As you feel the kind of warmth coming up, Roy, and I do need you to roll Rage, diff 6. That's 4 successes. Would you like to spend a willpower not to frenzy?
Yes.
And so now it is the rite of scorn. And so they will, because Roy is in the center, you will be the initial recipient. Bloodwind, Louis Earthwalker, you are asked to join this rite as well, as other Garu join in, 6 in total. Kyle, that means that the difficulty is reduced by 1. It is successful as you start writing things down.
Roy Mindscape, he who mistook a bane for a spirit and fed it gnosis.
As there's growls and shock as the stone is passed to Bloodwind.
Roy Mindscape, fool who would parse words rather than stick to the truth and his ignorance.
The stone is passed to Louis Earthwalker.
Roy Mindscape, who went beyond his authority instead of embracing our laws.
Roy Mindscape, Sept Destroyer. Roy Mindscape, the Ghost Drawer. And so the stone returns to Kyle, and you throw it, and the stone strikes you right between the eyes, Roy. And you lose 8 points of honor and 2 points of wisdom. Temp, Cora Two-Hearts, step forward.
And she does.
as you succeed and begin to write down the glyphs.
Cora Two-Hearts. She who would choose her pack over her Sept, who would choose a friend over the Sept, even so far as to let it fall.
As the stone is passed to Bloodwind.
2 hearts, both weak, both without conviction.
As it is passed to Louis Earthwalker.
Cora Two-Hearts, who seeks battle, but runs from truth and justice.
As it goes to Andy Paints in Twilight. Cora Two-Hearts, sister only in the eyes of the ignorant. Cora Two-Hearts, lapdog of one elder, then destroyer of Karens. As the stone returns to you, Kyle, and you throw, and it strikes you right in your front teeth, Cora. Dimitri Howls-In-Memory, step forward.
And Dimitri steps forward.
Dimitri Howls-In-Memory. One who lost a home and would take action to lose another.
The stone is passed to Bloodwind.
Howls-In-Memory, a circus dog who's lost the wolf.
It is passed to Louis Earthwalker.
Dimitri Howls-In-Memory, one who would lead kin to death.
Dimitri Howls-In-Memory, for he cannot focus on any future and focuses on a past. Dimitri Howls-In-Memory, dog who runs in the city and forsakes this holy places. And the stone is returned to Kyle Guards the Low and throws it and cracks him right on the nose as blood drips down your nose and you step away. Mark guides the fallen.
Mark unabashedly stands up and proudly takes his punishment right.
Mark guides the fallen, the only child of Gaia who would tear unity and cairn to pieces.
As it goes to Bloodwind.
Guides the fallen, a child playing a game, guiding nothing.
As the stone goes to Louis Earthwalker.
Mark guides the fallen, who sought to learn to take care of this Sept, and has fallen himself.
As the stone goes back to Kyle, and he tosses it. Gets a good throw. Damn. Kyle should be a pitcher. As it strikes you right in the rib, and there's just this huge welt that forms right over your rib. All of you gather in the center now. The whole Karen will join for this rite. Kyle, the difficulty of this rite is 3, because every last Garu who is part of this Karen is joining and giving you their mystic energy. As both packs move into the center and they see the eyes of every last Garu who lives here, glaring, with Kyle leading them in a chant.
Of all Gaia's children, I have no such brothers and sisters.
As Kyle, after he says it, crosses his arms and turns around. As you hear Fate Dancer, of all Gaia's children, I have no such brothers or sisters. Crosses her arms and turns around. As it gets to Bloodwind.
Of all Gaia's children, I have no such brother or sisters.
Andy Paints with Twilight. Of all Gaia's children, I have no brothers or sisters. Louis Earthwalker.
Of all Gaia's children, I have no brothers or sisters.
And so it does so around, and the whole Sept, their backs turn to you. And you simply hear the voice of Teresa crack slightly. Leave this holy place. Your paws are unclean. And you all lose 1 glory, 5 honor, and 1 wisdom.
Keegan, on the way out, Mark's gonna grab his stuff, but he's gonna make it a point to have him meet up with Roy before any exiting of the Sept happens. On the further outskirts.
The Bond, you mean?
Yeah.
As you start marching and you're past the heart of the Cairn, the wind silently blows. Mark?
Mark's just gonna approach him at that bond and just kind of approach him aggressively to the point where he's kind of pushed up against the tree, and he's gonna lay a very aggressive hand on his shoulder and lean in really close. You have a problem with talking. Talking way too much. Secrets need to be secrets. I don't care about what codes you have. I don't care about what you feel. This Sept, put under Sept, my name is tarnished by this. Our name is tarnished by this. I could easily go back to my Sept and live out this exile here, but I won't. I will bear this punishment. I will bear this punishment because I am an embassy of what I stand for. What I stand up for is this. Yes, we were caught lying, but I will gladly take this punishment that you started. You offend me, Roy Mindscape. In this month, I don't want to see you. And I'll just walk away.
I called for aid from a friend, and I called because I needed help with my own memory. There's not much that we can do now, except bear this punishment, for which I will still do.
Mark will just turn around. Well, good. Yeah, fine. Turn back around.
I called hoping that you could help fix the situation. You, your pack mates, Dimitri. I did not know how to resolve the situation, but it seems I was the only one that was worried about Carson and his massive spread to the north. I saw all of you playing games at the moot, but not one of you wanted to deal with this situation.
Mark will
not one of you
go towards
wanted
him
to.
Push him up against the tree and probably change into Glabro's form.
Okay, as you shift to Glabro and you knock Roy into the tree, Cora.
So after Roy says his bullshit, Cora's just gonna like growl real loud, like Krynos, like as she's walking towards him, pin him up against the tree by the jaw and squeeze his mouth open, and then just rip his tongue out.
Mark, you watch as she grabs Roy from you, slams him, and rips his tongue out as the tongue goes flailing into the snow, wiggling and slapping about.
Worm curses, Cora! Fuck!
Maybe now you can learn how to hold your tongue. Go get it. Make a necklace, put it around your neck, wear it. May it remind you to keep the secrets that you've promised. Hold your tongue from this day forward. Now.
And she'll throw him by the jaw into the snow.
Mark's gonna calm down hardcore with what he just witnessed. Mark will come back, and Mark will perform Mother's Touch, and he'll pick up some snow, and he'll kind of turn it into water, and kind of smack it in Roy's mouth.
Okay, can I get an intelligence, empathy, difficulty, Roy's rage?
6. Oh,
as you feel the membrane like form over the stub of your tongue before a new tongue comes ripping out like an eel, tapping the back of your teeth as it's returned.
Thanks, Mark.
If Roy is still on the ground, Dimitri's gonna step forward and offer him a hand back up.
Roy will take it, even though he doesn't believe he deserves it.
Mark will help too, but he'll be sure to whisper, "This doesn't change anything I said. That was just wicked brutal."
Note to self, don't get on Cora's bad side for the 3rd time.
I think we've already caused enough of a scene, considering there's a tongue over there now. I say we should get out of here.
Yes, so you should probably get going.
I'll go scoop up my tongue and then dust the snow to try and cover the blood.
Okay. As you start to leave, as meanwhile back at the Cairn, Fate Dancer goes, "Thank you, Kyle. Your work was appreciated.
Of course, it was the least that I could do.
You have rendered fair judgment, and we see you as honorable." As you gain 3 points of honor.
Hooray!
Someone came out of this as a net positive.
You have done your duty, guards the low, as needed. Do we move against the worm again, or do we stand still?
Fate Dancer goes, "We will gather all the Adrian, or above. We will need to plan, for this is now a 2-front war. Gather tonight. The Striders will only have reached a few cairns, and Gaia willing, most of them would take days to get here anyway."
Very well, Fate Danceria. And he will go with his pack to gather up the Adrian and above.
That means you, Kyle. You will be a general now.
Of course. Anything that the Sept needs.
Then we will meet tonight. as they disperse. So meanwhile, everyone else in the city, what are you guys gonna do for your first day out? It is cold as balls. It is a nice, chilly November day in Colorado.
Well, first step is, I guess, head to the thrift store and pick up some coats.
Good call.
So we don't die. What is that? Probably about $75 for all of us?
Yeah.
Okay. Leaves
Dimitri
me
will
with
be
$50.
Dimitri will be happy, though. He is the only one who could probably get away with being in lupus form in the city. Because guys are the Hound.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
As Cora starts handing out coats,
Oh man.
including one to Roy. Despite her anger, she does not want Roy to freeze and die.
Little things.
It's the little things that count.
So do we know anybody that could shelter us, or are we gonna rough it for a month in the winter?
Pretty sure that all of the contacts are who are not kin or Garu were Kyle's. Looks like we're roughing it for a month.
Actually, I might know one or two kin that might be able to help us find shelter.
But they're kin.
Are they kin of this Sept? Because I know I had some heated words with Roy, but worst comes to worst, we could possibly go to buy Sept.
Cora seriously considers shocking her parents. Can we stay here for a few weeks?
No, they are kin of this Sept now. I was thinking perhaps I could talk to Veronica and see if she could find something for us. But
Well, Dimitri, do you have Streetwise?
yes, I do.
Can I get an intelligence Streetwise difficulty 5?
All right. Let's see. That's
Dimitri, not only do you know of the major homeless shelters in Colorado Springs, you also know when they start to fill up, which means you have a timetable of when you need to get in line to guarantee everyone in your group a bed at the homeless shelter.
I know where we can go, but we have to start heading over there now, or else there won't be enough beds.
Well,
Let's go then.
let's go.
As you guys start heading over. Meanwhile, that night at the Cairn, Kyle, you're sitting there with a topographical map of the Cairn laid out on an old tree stump with stones holding it in place as Fate Dancer starts talking. Well, the problem is that to the east is we have the vampires, which means we can't really run kin that way. The north is still flat, which might make it primed for invasion, as well as the fact that the Steel Mountain is to the north of us, giving them a relatively easy inroad. The west, I think, might be safe, but so we might be able to move troops from there.
The west is a perfect path for wolves.
As you hear an old, familiar voice speak up, and you turn around and you see the tower of a man with his ram-like horns as Malcolm Wormherder steps into the ring as everyone turns and looks at him.
Good evening, Fate Dancer.
As you see
Everyone.
pairs of eyes starting to light up behind him. 1 pair, 2 pair, 3 pair, 4 pair, 5 pair. It starts to become a garden of stars behind him. As you see Fate Dancer taken aback. Malcolm?
Fate Dancer. I brought my pack.
As you see the jackal-like wolf step forward. A wolf of pure shadow and a great wolf of beautiful white fur stepping forward into the ring, flanking the sides of Malcolm.
Where's Howling King?
Stunned silence.
Wise Athro, perhaps we repeat the question. Where is Howling King? The council here appears incomplete.
Howling King is off to perform a rite for the spirits after granting him his first Athro gift. First wolf.
It's awfully convenient.
It was unexpected. This was planned for weeks.
And final days?
Off to the Sept of the Unified Heart for his Elder Challenge.
Well, I am led to believe now that a major sept, the strongest in the West, lies open, as 2 of its council are away, and they are vulnerable, as others will know of it now, and surely the worm will know of it too. I want to make sure that my tactical assessment is accurate, honored Fate Dancer.
The worm wouldn't have known of it, but it seems you were in the path of that Strider, correct?
We were just on our way up from Texas, turned about when he caught up to us. What's all this business about a ghost possessing one of our elders? And why was it being covered up?
The ghost of Carson was trying to influence the Sept and possessed Howling King, but also possessed a Shadow Lord, and, from the other words he said, was ready and likely to possess more.
So it's not just a weakness of bloodline. This ghost is moving about you at will?
Theoretically about anyone, Daru or not. We went into the Deep Umbra and banished him from here, but there have been rumors that he has been heading west.
This is the cost of loyalty, young warrior. Loyalty should be cultivated and honored among our people, but blind loyalty prevents an assessment and understanding. When you lead warriors in your time, you will know that. So, you present a detail to us which, noted, but there is a vulnerability here, among at least one of your elders. The rest of us is of little consequence, other than now this place is laid bare and open. Be thankful we were first to arrive.
Is as First Wolf Rhea says. We covered our approach, but we did enter without any alert. You're all here for a war council? While leeches are on your doorstep? While 2 of your elders are away. And where's the rest of your pack? Garthalo.
As of now, I am the only one that this Sept recognizes as a wolf.
Wormherder's gonna walk over, put a hand on Garzalo's shoulder. I'm sorry, but it is the way of things.
It is the way of things, and it was not undeserved.
They still live?
Yes.
They may yet redeem themselves. The Sept is weak, though. Malcolm's gonna turn to First Wolf. What do you think, Alpha? Do we reinforce here, or do we chase down Howling King?
The Ectena have carried a mighty burden here for some time, while others whisper in their ear leadership, that they will be granted equal stay. Clearly, Fate Dancer here left as a scapegoat, as this place is open and vulnerable. Multiple Guru cast out, 2 of your elders away. This will need to be a step.
As one of the lieutenants, your lieutenants, Malcolm, steps forward, Rhea.
Walks in knowing?
Their numbers are low. They cannot stop us. We are over 20 strong now. What are they? And their elders are away. Let us take this place. An older brother. The other tribes, of course, can stay, as you have made it obviously clear was your intent when you gathered us.
True enough. The sacred stone was created by older brother. It shall be an older brother Karen again. Our brother tribes are welcome to stay, but the old ways must be honored, so that this sort of thing never ever happens again. Regender tried for unity, and drew the cloth over your eyes. Through so much hardship to get Fate Dancer on the council, and he just lets Howling King in. And then the possessions. And now they're gone, leaving all of you stranded. It cannot be this way.
Let it be known the Silverfang tribe is benevolent and wise as we take on the mighty mantle of leadership here. I recognize your claim, Wormherder, Fate Dancer, that indeed the Ectena, the mighty people, should retake their ancestral lands again, that they have shown they can care for this place, that they maintain it daily, and they shall now lead it. I will handle Howling King. The Silverfangs know their authority, where it starts and where it stops. Let this place be held by you. Older brother will be charged to hold it against the worm. Keep it secure. Prevent the worm from growing here. Bring the fight to them, and cease this retreat due to stupidity and poor judgment. One leader, one cairn, one people.
As Louis Earthwalker steps forward and goes, "No, we've all helped cultivate this place. We all have a say in it. Sure, Regender was not perfect, but we all have a right to lead. We started to form a council, damn it!
A council that would have allowed for more Fianna Silverfang and Shadow Lords. Fate Dancer is the only lieutenant who stands among them, and one voice in many is none.
One voice in 3 is a vast improvement in 0 in 1. Whatever you may say about how this Sept was last you were here, until 2 days ago, it was improving.
In spite of the corruption working its way in, digging its claws, climbing higher only leads to a higher fall if you're not solid. And I don't want to risk this carrot of my people to Wormbringers any longer.
We will stymie the possibility of civil war now. Be aware, young one, what civil war means among our people. That anyone here will kill all of you, in the name of our people, of Gaia, and of securing this place from the worm, above all. Your choice, your vote, means nothing in the fight against the worm and what we must have. Therefore, you will subordinate yourself to this place and our people, and cease with this right to have anything. You have the right to serve Gaia. You have the right to obey her will. You have the right to know that Luna governs us in our actions, and you have the right to fight the worm until the strength leaves your body and you die.
There is one elder here, First Wolfria, that
And it
I
is
recognize
me,
as
and you will be
elder
silent.
of this Sept.
And she will remain.
She will remain the elder. Kyle, why do you defend this ghost-possessed Garu? He was a glorious warrior, no doubt. But to succeed for so long and then to die, we're not a people of second chances that way. It's not right. He's not a spirit. He's wrong.
This ghost no longer possesses Howling King, just as it no longer possesses the elder Shadow Lord that it once did.
Has the ghost been destroyed or exorcised? How long until it returns?
I do not know. From the rumors we've heard, it was not destroyed, as we had hoped. However, again, the elder Shadow Lord that he possessed had no blood lineage to Carson. Nothing connecting them that I know of at all.
Then it's a graver threat than we thought. We can't isolate the avenues it takes.
No, we cannot. Including into other Septs. What he did retain was his opinions on this Sept, which were, you might be interested to know, very similar to yours, Wormherder. That the Sept was being corrupted, that Regender should not be a lone leader.
As you hear growls from the Uktena, what matters it if the ghost that possessed others? We have many rights to crush the shadows of the Dark Umbra. Another one calls out, it is still by right ours. Do not shy away now, Wormherder. As you hear rumbles from behind you as Garu growl and snap.
Call me shy? Just considering what's going on. I hear you, Gardzalo, but I hear my kin as well. Having the best interests of the Cairn in mind is not the same as having the ability to take care of it. That is what I will say on that front. Once Howling King returns, we can get this sorted. But I feel like a great mess of things is being made, and I don't want this Sept to die or to fall in the hands of the worm. So I'm here to ensure that.
Of course. In the end, as I said, Fate Dancer is the elder here that I recognize. So if her choice is to go along with this, then of course I will follow.
Fate Dancer seems to think, stay some time, Malcolm. I feel, as she looks over the sea of eyes, that we will have much to discuss about what is equitable.
Of course, Fate Dancer Rhea.
Meanwhile, in the city, as you're all kind of in line, as the wind's really starting to pick up, as people are kind of shivering, shaking, the likes, before someone turns and looks at Mark. Hey, big fella.
Oh, hey.
Hey, nice to meet you. Hey, look, these are a little oversized for me, so as he hands you some gloves.
Oh, are you sure? I don't need these.
Oh, I have my own, and they're too big for me.
Oh, thank you.
Plus, you're a little young out here on the streets. Got some whiskers, but if you don't mind me saying, you've got the babiest fucking face I've ever seen with a beard.
Oh, well, I don't really know how to take that, mister.
Stefan, nice to meet you.
Mark, nice to meet you, Stefan. These are friends of mine here, and I'll kind of point at the other gang. This is Cora. This is Dimitri. And this is Roy.
Nice to meet you. These are my friends over here. This one here is Brittany. That's Talia. And that's Brian.
It's nice to meet you all.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Mark's a little confused on why they're not, like, freaking out over him right now. It's like, whoa, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, he'll kind of turn to the rest of the pack. That was really nice of him. He gave me these gloves.
As you take a couple steps closer, as Stefan turns around and nudges you a bit. Hey, big fella.
Yeah?
You look like you know your way around a barn.
Well, yeah, I was kind of raised on a farm up north in Wisconsin.
Oh, that's nice. I was just thinking that it looks like you could throw some haymakers.
Oh, yeah, I can, definitely. I'd rather not, though.
Oh,
Kind of been through a lot lately.
Oh, sure. I completely understand. I was just wondering, we're kind of new to this city, and you look like a big rough and tumble kind. Would you be able to, kind of hang around, scare away any of the other rough and tumbles? I mean, goddamn, you are a California redwood of a man, if you don't mind me saying.
Mark will blush a little bit. Thanks, Stefan. I appreciate that. I guess. I'm sorry if I'm being awkward.
Oh, no worries at all.
I myself have no problems. I just would have to talk to my friends.
Oh, sure. Talk away. I get it. You're the lumen protector of them too. Smart. Protecting the little lady.
Don't call me little.
My fault, ma'am. My fault. It does look like you also could go toe-to-toe on a farm. Biceps like that. Golly. See him through your jacket.
Mark will turn to the group and go, well, we kind of seem to have made for... think in our situation, maybe the more friends we have, the better.
Why are they so comfortable around us?
Keegan, can I roll sense worm?
Sure.
Standard diff?
Standard diff.
Okay.
No worm smell here.
I'm not sure, but they don't smell of the worm.
Would an occult roll be?
What are they giving off that's occultish?
Oh, just like the fact that they're not...
They're in the world of darkness?
Yes, that's exactly what it is. No, the fact that they're just... It's the fact that they are not, like, wary. They came up to us. They were kind, and they were given stuff and asking for favors. Seemed pretty at ease.
Kind, giving you stuff, and then saying, you look like you could fight. Would you protect us? Because, like, that could be... They could be wary of you. It's just that they think they're using it to their own advantage. Or they could have high willpower. Or they could be kinfolk. Or they could be vampires. Or they could be mages. Or they could be goddamn Fomori, for all you know. It's literally any of those things, which an occult roll would not help.
Oh, it wouldn't help. Okay, so
No,
I don't have a cult. That's why I was wondering, like, if if Roy rolling a cult or something.
But because the net is that wide, and you're just going off of, they're nice to me, that's all you'd get back. It could be fucking anything.
Fair enough. Okay, they're nice to me. It's weird.
Yeah,
What's
I was
happening
just
here?
doing something specific.
All right, so one of them perks up after Roy speaks and goes, you said this place has worms?
Yeah, it's really not a good place, but it's the only place that we know of.
Oh, as she kind of shakes a little bit and goes, I don't
Mark will
like...
turn to Roy and be like, Roy, no.
I don't like worms.
And Mark will... It's okay. He's just talking about something else. It doesn't have to do with here.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's good. As one of them turns, as you notice that one of their jacket arms is actually really thin, like significantly thinner than the other one. They goes, oh, that's good to know. Worms are as bad as spiders, am I right?
In general, Coral kind of roll her eyes at the thinning coat and just unzip, hand her the coat. Here.
As he goes, oh, no. I'm sorry. As he unzips his coat, and you see him struggle a little bit. As you notice, his arm is withered. There's almost no muscle on it whatsoever. Bad accident when I was a kid. Tore all the tendons on my arm.
How are you still alive with that arm?
Lots of charity.
Sorry, I've been cursed with asking without thinking. But seriously, what's up with that arm?
Roy,
As Stefan goes, nudges Mark a little bit. Tourette's?
Of a sort.
In a way, yes. He's just like that. It's not coming from a place of malice. It's coming from just a place of inquisitiveness.
Dimitri is gonna give Roy a little punch on the shoulder and say, "You can't just ask people why they're alive. It's rude."
Well, I know that. I'm curious.
Well, because you've helped me out, I want to help you guys out. As he talks to Stefan, and I think me and my friends would gladly help you out. And if we stick together, I think we could get through this.
All right, hey, appreciate it. Boy, you must have the patience of a saint if that boy be speaking like that all the time.
Yeah. He'll just kind of smile at Roy, but not like angrily, just kind of smile at Roy. Maybe a little bit of the anger has alleviated with him. And Roy's like that.
As you guys get in, as you all get down, as you get your beds and all that, and they start bringing food out. So, Mark, you said your name was, right?
Yeah, that's right. As I'm eating with him.
What got you on the streets so young, if you don't mind me asking? Well, you and... As he kind of glares over at Roy and kind of looks over him as Roy is significantly older than the rest of the group. What with him?
Yeah, well, you could say I'm a long way from home right now, trying to make my own way with my own mission.
Folks kick you out?
In a sorts of way, yeah.
No good. No good. Home is important, you hear? Isn't that right, Talia? As she kind of nods, as it's the nervous girl who mentioned worms. As she goes, yeah, oof. Oh, thank you. Ooh, it's good, real good.
Mm-hmm. Well, you could say I've found another kind of family. Mixed up as it is, this is kind of the family I've been running with for a bit, and I'll not pan over, but motion over to the rest of the packs. Or pack members.
The one called Brittany goes, wow, that's good. It's good to find family. It's always good. We're kind of the same way. We kind of run around as a pack, you know?
Yeah. We kind of run around as a pack, too.
Yeah. Ooh, this is good.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys said you're new to the city. Where did you come from?
Oh, we did some hopping through Nebraska. We lived up in Lincoln. Nice little park, pristine. We like to hang out there, avoid the cops. You know how it is.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. There ain't much different here. I could tell you that.
Oh yeah.
Maybe a little dumber, but ain't much different.
I don't know. Them cops around us, they are slow. They're as slow as a turtle put up on their back, trying to make it up the street.
What do you mean by that?
No, they slow. They dumb. They dumb. But you know, they got good guns. That damn Herculean firearm place opened up near us too. Now every son of a bitch wants a gun. What's this country coming to?
Well, I guess maybe folks just trying to look out for themselves.
Oh, I'm sure I had one myself. You know, can't be too careful, especially out on the streets.
Oh, especially out in the streets.
As you see this rat come out, and they all look over, and you see the shivering girl go, give out a scream, and then just go, it's so cute, as she pulls out some of her food and starts feeding the rat out of her hand.
Rats instead of worms, huh?
Rats are noble creatures. They know how to survive, just like us. Isn't that right, as she starts to pet the rat?
Mark will kind of look over at Cora. Yeah, I'm sure rats helped us out in a couple of instances and just kind of look at her.
Yeah.
They're resourceful.
They are. As Stefan kind of smiles and eats as he looks over, and you see him kind of starts tapping his ear a little bit, scratching at it. Anyway, glad we got you around here, big fella. You guys seem like interesting folk.
Oh, thanks, Steph. You all look interested too. And Mark will kind of reach towards the rat, and in his whisperings, he's going to try to see if there's might be like, maybe a mouse spirit along with the rat.
As you try to pet the rat kind of sniffs up. Do you have sense unnatural?
I do not.
All right.
I do have spirit speech though, so maybe I can just kind of go.
So you try and reach out, and whether there's a spirit or not, it doesn't seem to speak as the rat goes back into the walls as someone comes over to try and stomp the rat, as you hear Brittany going, "Leave it alone. Wouldn't hurt nobody."
I'd listen to her if I were you.
As the person looks over at Cora and just, "Okay, you remember. Any trouble, you're out."
I'll remember.
She looks over both, all the groups. That goes for all of you.
I'm going to just shake our heads. Mm-hmm.
And so you guys go down for the night. The day passes. You all kind of get pushed out in the morning. You get your quick breakfast, and then they tell you what time the shelter opens up again, and that if you want to have a room, be there by that time. Meanwhile, back at the Cairn, tensions are starting to get high with the sheer number of older brother running around. There are at least, including Malcolm, 15 members of older brother and another 5 members of little brother. On top of that, Brian First Wolf, Jimmy Final Scales, Raven Shadowcloak.
Well, first I want to talk to... Well, okay, actually, I'm sorry. How busy is Fate Dancer right now?
Pretty busy, as she's trying to find places to keep all the members of older brother without pushing out existing members of the Cairn.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Hell, I'll go talk to Steven.
Okay. You see Steven hanging out. He's in full Krynos, well away from any of the human parts of the Cairn.
Hey, man.
Hey, Kyle.
You doing all right?
Not happy about what's going on.
Well, I mean, talk about it. Spill.
This many outsiders hanging about. The fact that Fate Dancer is just letting them stay. The fact that, you know what they fucking say. You tell a lie, it spreads around once. You send out the truth to correct it. It has to travel around 3 fucking times before people get it.
Yeah.
Not everyone's gonna be as reasonable as Malcolm. The only reason I think Malcolm is that reasonable is because Teresa was here, and that his dad lived here. You don't want to hurt this place.
Yeah, I think if it had been just Regender here instead, there might have been bloodshed.
That's optimistic of you. I know there would have been bloodshed.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure I see this going any other way other than, well, straight the Sept surrendering.
I think Malcolm was telling the truth then. We get to stay. It's just that older brother controls.
Well, I don't think he'd lie about it. And I don't think Fate Dancer would accept it any other way. Not right now. I mean, if things hadn't gotten better when they did, maybe, but she didn't look happy while it was happening. Let's just say that.
Yeah. Oh shit. Fire starters.
As he points, as you see the pack starting to approach.
Good morning.
Good morning.
As you hear Jimmy chime up. Hey Malcolm. What was that one
Yeah.
part of the rumor as he looks over at Kyle? That someone threw a log at a Silent Strider for doing their sacred duty?
What?
That was present in Endless Journey's story when he found us. A minor assault, but an assault all the same.
One that I have no knowledge of. But I was not present.
As you see Final Scale coming up to you, as he starts looking you right in the eyes, uncomfortably close. Hard to get a read. Maybe it's true, maybe it isn't.
I trust Kyle.
If you trust him, then it's enough for me. At least for now. Right, First Wolf?
I've always trusted your judgment, Final Scales. Our brother Wormherder has brought us here. He has convinced us. One more calamity in this debacle doesn't make much of a difference now.
Jimmy kind of just turns real quick and cups his hand over Kyle's ear to whisper. When he gets like this, even Roger gets quiet.
And thank you for allowing me to speak last night. I know that it may have been out of turn, but I hope you do understand how surprised I found myself.
That was the goal.
On a somewhat lighter note, I am glad to see you safe.
Likewise. It's been a while. Too long.
He'll grab like the hilt of his clave and just kind of lean in towards you. Consider something, young Adrian. Is your loyalty to this place and those who lead you on the level of the loyalty they show to you? Hope that relationship is not one-sided. And he'll lean back.
Thank you for that advice, First Wolfria. But you should know, I would happily give my life for any of the elders on our council, and truly I believe that they would do the same for their people.
May Gaia continue to guide your judgment, and Luna provide the way.
As Jimmy kind of looks at Brian and goes, "Come on, Brian." You know, he's just giving you that look of, "Come on, Brian."
Got it, and he'll look back and nod.
I'm no Galliard. I think the best storyteller among us is Wormherder. Wormherder, as he kind of gives a smile. Remember when I officiated our brother Raven's challenge to our brother Brian for the position of Alpha?
We're in Nebraska. Though I forget the purpose of it, why Raven wanted to challenge.
I simply wanted to test if First Wolf was up to the challenge. An unchallenged Alpha gets soft, as you see him rubbing his shoulder and his throat a little bit in kind of a memory that came back.
It was a good reminder, brother.
Sure it was.
I remember now. It was on the direction we were to take back to the Sept of the Green. And Raven, if I remember right, you wanted to go to the Sept of the Sacred Heart?
Yeah, that sounds right.
And instead of west, we continued east, because First Wolf is still the Alpha.
That's right.
The directions we have to choose when we get to the fork in the road. That's apt, Jimmy.
You've pulled a lot of warriors here, Wormherder. On your word, their personal loyalty to you.
We're not taking a step back. If Uktena are being killed for practicing our tribal gifts, we have to strengthen our position. Kyle, you understand?
Of course I understand. Though, I believe this is the first I'm hearing about that.
An older brother got executed by the Black Furies down in Texas.
The rumor that I had heard, and just that, a rumor, was that some Bane was being kept beneath the cairn, but this is the only piece that I know of.
Sounds like a silly rumor.
Then I suppose it is. After all, you said you've come here from Texas, so I imagine you'd know better than I.
We were originally heading there when Endless Journey met us.
Oh, my mistake. I thought you were coming from Texas.
We were in the northern section. We hadn't made it all the way yet. This seemed more pressing.
Well, I suppose I don't know how all of this will turn out. And truly, I don't think it's my call. But know that regardless, I will still view you as a friend.
Likewise. Will you stay when we take the Sept?
I think that would take time to think, and not just my mind on the topic.
Meanwhile, back in the city, you guys get out, you've had your food. As the group with you go, Stefan goes, "I guess this is where we part way, friends."
Yeah, I guess for now.
For now,
we might see each other.
Oh, yeah, certainly. I know that it seems your downtown here is very popular amongst those of us in transit.
Oh, most definitely. We know a lot.
Yeah, you do. You know a lot. Then can you help me out with one last thing, friend, before you go, you and your friends go scampering off, doing what you gotta do?
Sure. What is it?
I gotta tell you, I am not a fan of the cold. And I was wondering if you knew of any alleyways that were nice and warm. Let me tell you, the winter air is a bane. Am I right?
Oh, definitely, but I think Cora would know more about that here than I would. I'm not native to the city.
Cora's never been homeless.
To be fair, I think Dimitri is the one that found this place for us.
Okay, there we go.
Yes, I think you should talk to Dimitri about that.
I could show you a few places around that are good.
Thanks. Thank you very much. So, are you gonna lead them then?
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of lead them around, show them a few of the good alleyways, some of the really good dumpsters over by the restaurants, where the good eating is at.
Oh, good. As you see one of them going, oh, this is good. As you see one oddly taking like scraps of cardboard and tin cans and shoving them into their bag as well.
Yeah, if you're thinking of using the cans for collecting water, like an actual bottle might actually help with that more.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I like to use these cans and cardboard in some of my cooking, you know? It's a good way to use trash can fires.
Oh, yeah. 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 Cardboard's a good fire starter.
Fire starter. Yeah. Oh, man. Isn't that a band? Aren't they pretty famous? Is it a song, maybe?
We didn't start the fire?
Yeah, they got some pretty famous songs, so I've heard.
Yeah. Who's the lead singer on that one? Do you remember? I know it was a weird name.
Oh, yeah. I think God. It's a big dude, though, right?
Yeah, real tall, right?
Yeah, real tall.
Yeah, no, we got a bit of a reputation ourselves. Back home.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, back home they called us the gutter crawlers, if you can believe it.
Oh, really? Did you guys put out any famous music?
In a way.
Nice.
I feel like I've heard that name before.
Yeah?
I think I heard it from a family member of mine.
A family member, really?
Yeah, that family member of mine. It's I think a distant cousin or uncle. He actually breeds rats, believe it or not.
Really? That's interesting. You know, as you see the one with the withered arm, do you know a rat spoke to me once? Spoke to me last night.
I can believe it.
While I dreamed. Told me to be wary of you two as he points to Dimitri and Roy.
And why would that be?
Owls are bad for rats' health.
It's the circle of life.
Well, good thing we follow a symbol of war. I wonder when wisdom will catch up to you.
I believe it's already caught up to me at this point.
Shall we have proper introductions now that we are away from the Hamids?
Sounds like a plan.
I think this veil of awkwardness can easily be shaken off now.
Good. As Stefan goes, Stefan, fuck around and find out, Arun of the Bone Gnars. Brittany, have a story for you. Talia hides in walls. And the one with the arm goes, my real name is Nibble the Horizon.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
This explains a lot. Like how not uncomfortable you were around us. Considering as much as Cora and I have been gifted. I'm Mark Guides the Fallen.
Cora Two-Hearts.
Dimitri Howls-In-Memory.
Roy Mindscape Alphas.
Dimitri, the city spirits mentioned you.
Did they?
You walk the city often. They take note. We asked how many Garu usually pass through. They gave us some names. Yours came up. Thought we'd find you, as it sounded like you were a fellow rat brother, though you seem to have fallen in strange company.
Sometimes we have to do what we must to survive.
That we must. You've taken rats' lessons to heart, and that does mine well. As fuck around and find out goes, Athro. Nibbles the Horizon goes, Athro Metis. Hides in Walls goes, Adrian Ragabash. and have a story for you goes Adrian Galliard.
Oh, shit. Cora will speak up. Adrian Arun.
Foster and Galliard.
Foster and Ragabosh.
And I am just a Foster and Thurge. It's odd to see a very elite group of yourselves here.
Well, you know how it is. Wherever the wind takes us, we might travel. It is the Bone Gnawer way. Wouldn't lie, though, that we did come from Lincoln for a bit. My roots go a little more southern, if my curse didn't give it away.
Not too much, but Rat Spirit has helped me out in the past, and it's nice to see allies.
That it is. Well, we're gonna go collecting some food. We also know of some good places to hide, and if we don't get back to the shelter, that is no problem. A couple of us have the guise of the Hound, so we'd be able to warm anyone who needs it. We've been on the street long enough to know how to set fires without the cops knowing.
And if it helps you guys, I know the right of the Cardboard Palace, too.
Oh, perfect. So do we. That would be perfect, actually. And it is a right that does not hurt the veil.
What is this right?
It's basically, it makes living in a cardboard box not so bad.
Makes it seem like a house. Nice. No, we wouldn't call it temperature control, but you ain't gonna freeze to death.
Definitely sounds nice. We're gonna be out here for a while.
Yeah? There a city Karen in here, then?
Not much of a city Cairn. Mark mulling over in his head whether to reveal the location of this Cairn and Sept to them. Already in the burner, just says we're kind of under a little heat from the Cairn and the Sept right now. We're currently in exile.
Oh.
If the rest of the group doesn't mind me telling, just to give an air of honesty to our new friends here. We're kind of a little down on our luck right now. Little Sept and Cairn politics and misgivings has led us a month outside of the Cairn and Sept.
As Brittany shakes her head, that's a shame. You should tell us about it sometime. I'm sure it is a good story, and we Galliard live for a good story. Right?
True.
Howls-In-Memory?
Yes, that's true.
True, but howling this story around is what got us into trouble in the first place, so...
I understand. No worries. No pressure from us.
Perhaps when it becomes a story and not current events.
Oh, that's fair enough. Maybe you can show us around, though.
We can do that, definitely. As Kyle said, I was born here. I know the place pretty well.
You mean Mark?
Mark, that's what I meant. Sorry. As Mark said, I was born here. I know the place pretty well.
Good.
We'll gladly help you out.
Hey, we really appreciate it.
What, do you need anything now?
Oh, no, we're just trying to sniff things out. You know, we had kin who lived here not very long ago, sadly.
Lived here? Have they
Close.
moved on?
Oh, in a matter of speaking, we had some friends that we had run with years ago. They ended up staying down in Pueblo, and from my understanding, Pueblo got wiped out, a year or two ago?
A year and a half, yeah. I remember it very vividly.
You do?
I do. Some previous packmates and I found the wreckage, and that's a light term.
Brittany takes a deep breath and goes, that is no longer current events, and I think, if you don't mind me saying, it would ease the hearts of us if we heard it. Do you mind if we set up a cardboard palace tonight? Don't go back to the shelter, and don't get surrounded by Hamids so that we can speak plainly and hear the tale of our lost loved ones?
As an Arun, I will do my best, though I am no story weaver.
I understand, even if it's just the facts, as you see them. It would be of great help to us, and we would greatly appreciate it.
Of course.
Thank you.
Oh, I was gonna ask them if they wanted us to show them around and point out, fun spots, free spots, just stuff to do around town. And
Yeah, they agree to it. They agree to that, as that'll take about the day, given that you're doing it by foot.
fair enough.
Hey guys, while you do that, Dimitri and I had our own business that we had to take care of.
Well, we certainly have time for it, so.
About that business, Cora will point to Dimitri. You and I have some discussing to do on that as well. We'll
Yes,
talk about
we
it
do.
after my story tonight.
All right.
Mindscape, Howls-In-Memory. Guys, blessings be with you.
What little we can get right now, but hers with you too.
Don't fret. Gaia is always with us. Just, right now it only feels like we're out of her sight.
I'll keep that close to heart.
And so, Dimitri, you inform Roy that you got word that Kirby's probably in old Colorado Springs.
That's over in the west side, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll take Roy over there.
I'll also
Okay.
just use Pulse of the Prey.
All right. Could you roll for it, please? So your difficulty is 4.
Okay. Oh. With 3 dice.
Okay. So you get a sense of where Kirby is. You get there before sunrise, as you see this older house with 2 cars in the driveway.
This might be a problem. I was expecting maybe an abandoned building or something, but this looks like people live here.
That it does. What do you want to do? You want to camp out and wait?
I suppose we could wait until sunrise and see if people leave the house. My idea is...
It's
My
early
idea-
morning. It's not sunrise has already happened.
Oh, okay. We could probably wait a little bit longer for the middle of the day before we try to get in. I know vampires go to sleep during the day. We could probably get the element of surprise. One idea I had was that I confront Kirby in the physical, and you could hide in the Umbra and attack. And we could attack them from both sides.
I was actually wanting to do that anyway. That is an option, but I would rather we fight on the same front. But I will step sideways. This is your fight. I will follow you. So I will step sideways and lay in wait there.
And guess I'll wait for a few hours and see if the cars leave, if anybody leaves for work.
One of the cars leaves with 2 people in it. One of the cars stays in. There seems to be one person who's still in the house.
What's the difficulty here to step sideways?
It'll be difficulty 7. As you pass through instantaneously, as the house actually remains in the Umbra. It's been here a long time. It's lost some of its more modern features, as you see candlelight illuminating it rather than any sort of electricity, with the windows open and the like.
I'll walk into the house and, peer around.
As you're looking around, the house is eerily still, as it always is in the Umbra, as the radiating twilight of this place creates long shadows in every direction.
No shadows.
There are long shadows, but you'll need a perception alertness to try and find a shadow.
Perception, alertness. What's the diff?
Actually, intelligence occult first, please.
Oh, okay. Intelligence, occult.
Diff 7. Leeches are divorced from the spirit world. That's the problem. They don't actually have a spiritual impression,
Gotcha.
so they would not leave a
Okay.
shadow.
So my other question then is, can I walk around in this house with one eye in the physical, like
You
my
can-
sight in the physical?
You'll have to do both. You'll have to change your sight to the physical
Okay, so I can't walk around.
and perceive both. Well, you can walk around, but you'll be seeing things in the physical version of the house.
Okay, then I will do that.
All right. You'll need to peek sideways, and it will be a gnosis roll, diff 9 plus, and you need 2 successes.
I'm not spending Gnosis, so can I use Iron Will?
No. Because it's essentially stepping sideways, but just your eyes.
Gotcha.
Not a botch.
Not a botch.
As you're unable to look over.
Okay. Then I will lay in wait.
All right. What I want to do is I'll use Guise of the Hound.
Okay.
All right. I'll try to find a place hidden away first, and then I'll use Guise of the Hound.
All right. You do that.
All right. And I'll go ahead and roll the manipulation and subterfuge.
All right.
That's difficulty 7.
You don't succeed. Would you like to use your mulligan chip?
Yeah, I'll use my mulligan chip.
You succeed as you look like a dog in your lupus form.
All right. I am going to head over to the house.
Okay.
And I'll start howling and pawing at the door.
As the person opens the door and going, "What's up?" as they look at the dog in front of them.
And I'm going to charge into the house.
Hey, as they try and chase you.
I'm gonna run into the house, climb over the tables, jump over any furniture. Basically try to get an idea of the layout of the house. Is there like a basement or
there is a basement.
Is the door closed or open?
It's closed.
Okay. Give me a moment. I didn't think this far ahead. Okay, I'm gonna start running, dashing upstairs. Are there any doors into the attic?
Yeah, but they've got the a ladder thing that's gonna be hard to do in lupus.
Okay. And in lupus, I'm going to run into one of the bedrooms.
Okay, as you get into the bedroom.
And I'm gonna just roll around all over the bed.
As you see her going, "All right," as she closes the door. She's like, "Don't worry, we'll find you a place. I'm calling the Humane Society now."
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and shift into Hamid.
Okay.
And open the door because I thought she was gonna follow me in there.
As she's on the phone, and then she looks up as there's a strange person in our house, as she just had a cell phone in front of the door. Ah!
And then I'm gonna shift into Krynos.
As the delirium strikes her, as she becomes a babbling moron, as she collapses on the ground, convulsing and shaking.
Alright. I'm gonna go back into Hamid and open the door into the basement.
Okay. In front of her, change back into Hamid?
No. I'm gonna go downstairs and Krynos, and then... Actually, no, scratch that. I'm going to pick her up, put her in the bathroom, close the door. Is there an office or a chair I can grab?
Yes.
I'm gonna put the chair in front of the bathroom door.
Okay.
And then I'll go in Hamid
and open the door.
Yeah, and open the basement door.
Okay, the basement is pitch black.
We have Lambent's sight. So you can't see.
You can spend a point of gnosis to see.
Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna use Lambent's sight and go down into the basement.
Alright, give me 1 sec. As you go down into the basement and you see the body of Kirby down there.
Alright.
They do not stir.
Okay.
Wow.
This is going to be easier than I thought, actually. I guess I'll go into Glabro and pick up Kirby's body.
Okay.
And I'll carry it upstairs. And
as the sun hits it, you see the skin already boiling away.
Yeah, I'm just gonna throw it outside. Is there a backyard, and is it fenced in?
The body's already smoking.
Oh, okay.
You're on the stairs, light hit it.
Alright, I'll just dump it in the sunlight.
As it burns away. As it catches fires, you see Kirby awaken for a brief moment, giving out a brief, like, a gasp of breath. As you see the eyes look up at you, they're filled with confusion and hurt before you just hear, "Why?" before the body turns to ash.
Is there a broom and dustpan? I'll sweep up the...
Leave! Get out of the house!
Okay, I'm getting out. I'm out.
As you leave the house, you reconvene with the rest that night, and Cora tells her story while the Sept continues to rumble with the threat of war. And with that, thank you, everyone. We will see you in our next episode. Bye.
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 Bye.